Tell me a Parshat story. Welcome to Parshat House.
Meet Rabbi Pinchas, Rabbi Reuven Pinchas, who I learned about from Sivan Rachav Meir. You see, Moshe was in his house one day and so excited. Moshe is one of Rav Pinchas' students, and he received an invitation, and he opened up the envelope and looked inside. And Moshe's invitation read, "You are invited to a Siyum Hashas." And it had all the details of where it was taking place, and it was signed Rabbi Pinchas. Because you see, when Rabbi Pinchas would finish learning the entire Shas, all of the Gemara, that takes a long time. It's thousands of pages to learn and understand. He would celebrate his love of Torah and his hard work in learning Torah by inviting his students and his family to a siyum. Moshe was so excited, and he went on that evening and attended the siyum. There was delicious food, and Rav Pinchas spoke so beautifully about what he had learned and how hard he had worked, and there were such nice people there and music. It was just a very, very special night. 2 weeks later, Moshe was very surprised. His dad had brought in the mail and left an envelope on his bed. The return address was from Rabbi Reuven Pinchas. What? Oh, maybe by mistake 2 invitations were sent to me from the siyum from 2 weeks ago, because now I'm getting another one? Let me open it up and see. Moshe was curious. And Moshe opened up the envelope, and he looked, and he looked again. And yes, you can believe it, his eyes went boing. How can this be? Another invitation to another siyum from Rabbi Pinchas? This isn't an old invitation. This is an invitation for a week from now. How could that be? I mean, I know that Rav Pinchas is a great rabbi, and I know he learns a lot of Torah, but you can't learn the whole entire Shas in 2 weeks. Now, Moshe was really curious. He was so excited to attend. He just wasn't sure what the story was. And so, the next week, Moshe went to the celebration, to the siyum. And the room was silent, because I think that a lot of other people were wondering the same thing that Moshe was wondering. How could he be making another siyum 2 weeks after the first siyum, when it could take 3 years or 4 years or 5 years or 6 years to learn the whole Shas? How could it be? And everybody was listening very carefully. They were hoping they were going to get an explanation. And they did. Rav Pinchas stood up and said, "I'm so honored to be here with all of you today to celebrate the glory and the beauty of the Torah. Some of you might be wondering, how could I be making another siyum 2 weeks after the last one I made?" And he said, "I want to explain. I didn't do all of this learning in 2 weeks. This is a separate learning of mine. I have my regular set learnings of what I study every day, and then I have an extra one, and that extra one is that I bring my Gemara with me, and when I'm waiting at a bus stop for a bus, I open it up, and I learn for a few minutes. And if I go to the doctor's office, and I'm waiting to be called in, and I have to sit there for, let's say, 10 or 12 minutes, I open up my Gemara and I continue from where I was. Whenever I have time, I try to make the best use of it. So this siyum that I'm making today, whoa, I've been working on this for years and years, and I finished, and I'm excited to start again, because this is my siyum of timidiyut, of consistency, a siyum that when we have time day to day, we take advantage and learn Torah. In this week's Parshat, Parshat Pinchas, we learn about the Karban HaTamid. Tamid means always, every day. The Karban HaTamid was brought 2 times every day in the Beit HaMikdash, one in the morning and one in the afternoon. And there's a big, big lesson for all of us in that. Things that we do every single day, wow, they add up. It's a really big deal to do it every day because it adds and adds and adds and gets us into really good habits. Let's all think about this summer. What can you do with your extra minutes? For one of you, it might be reading a parak of Tehillim. For somebody else, learning a Mishnah. For somebody else, making a phone call to somebody who would appreciate a cheery hello. Let's learn from Parshat Pinchas and the Karban HaTamid and from Rav Bengus and his extra siyum and learning that he does in his extra minutes to make the best use of our time each and every day. Shabbat Shalom.